So from the home screen, it's very easy to create a new case. You've got create case on the left hand side, and if you're on any other screen, of course you have the bar at the top. On any screen within the system, you can click case management and pop down to create case. So we will do just that. The first thing you have to do to create a case is enter some details on the clients. And the first of those is the reference. So the system creates a reference for you if you leave this blank, which is the first 4 letters of the client surname, and then 0001. And when you add another client with the same surname, you get the first 4 letters again and 0002. Or alternatively, you can put your own reference in there. That is up to you. You can have the reference show on the front of the will, so bear that in mind when choosing the reference if you've got that setting on. Now, this information is starting to build into the CRM functionality within the system. So these might seem like odd questions, but if you tell the system when you first saw the client and when you last contacted them, that information is now available as a searchable record. So for example, you could ask the system, how many clients have I not contacted for 6 months? And you could run a report. It would show those clients, and then you could actually deliver those clients a bulk email to try and re-engage them, or of course offer them more of your services. Each client record can have a tag. That would also be a searchable field. So in the tag, you might want to put who the introducer was, for example. So if you got the introduction from somewhere, you could put it as the tag, and then at a later date you could search via that tag and see every client that was introduced by one introducer, or anything else you can think of. Case notes are recorded against the client record here. They don't show anywhere else. This could be anything that you would like to record about this client, the circumstances of which they came to be your client, anything like that at all. And you can just type in there, and that box will grow and grow depending on how much you want to type in there. Okay. Moving down the page, you have a couple of entries here that Trevor in the office will be looking to record for you. So when you send a will for storage, he will be able to put in there the date that it was received, and that will be on the client record. And also when we do receive the storage reference from King's Court, we can pop that straight on there as well, and then they are recorded next to the client. So typically you would not be typing in these boxes, but I'm going to put something in just so that you see where it appears further in the system. Okay, so we're at the client entry screen. This looks exactly like anything you see on the internet when you're buying something at a checkout, or you're doing some kind of banking. It's always the same as this, just a very simple data entry screen. The date of birth box defaults to today's date, so I actually find it easier just to type the date of birth for the client rather than navigate the box. Either way is fine. You've got a few more bits of information here. For the purposes of this, I'm going to put that I'm married, so that I can show you what a mirror will looks like. And not married just yet, but later in the year. If you put a postcode in that's a real postcode, there's an address search functionality, so you simply select the address and that's filled in for you. In the first telephone field, I'd like you to put the mobile number. I'm going to have that word changed to mobile so it's more obvious for you. But what the system can do is contact the client in a number of ways. So if we put the information in these fields, I'll show you how that is important in just a moment. So we'll put that in. If I want to add another person, I can just click this button on the bottom right there. And once I've clicked that, the page will change and I'll just scroll down. So it's asking me, is this Sam's partner? If I tick yes, then it assumes a few things will be the same. So that's last name, marital status and address. So it's just trying to cut down on the data entry and cut out any repetition of data entry if it can be avoided. For this example, I'm not going to put any more details in, but of course you would do to create a full record. Just to give you an idea, something that the team are working on at WillSuite is the ability to add every single person who will be in the will at some point into this section. Okay, so that's the first hint that will be there, but don't use that just yet. Okay, so when I save the client record, I've now created a client. Okay, so we can see in the record here some of the information that we put in on the previous page is pulled forward in an easily an easy to use area, easy to view area. Okay, so we have got the client reference is just here. We've got the date of first contact and the date of last contact, they've come through, and then also these fields that Trevor would be inputting for you. If I scroll down just a little bit, what you can see is that where I've put in methods of contact for the first client, I actually have these green boxes underneath their record now. Where I didn't put them in for the second client, they don't appear. So what do these boxes do? Okay, so the first one is to send an email to the client within the system, and a record of that email will be saved. If you're using the software, if you're using the page on a device that can make a phone call, if you just click this one here, the phone, it will call the number here. And also there's an SMS or text message function if you click the phone icon. So I would simply type a message in here which would be sent to the client as a text message. So I'll just put a little message in there for Sam. And I'll show you why those three icons are important in just a moment.